Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for watching our video on how to do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill, where we will show you how you can use the ChartMill technical and fundamental analysis tools to do your own due diligence on any stock using ChartMill, which will benefit you in finding stocks that meet your criteria to fit your styles of trading and help you succeed in your trading career. So we'll get started and we will show you how to do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill. Firstly, to get to the ChartMill website, there are a variety of ways that you can quickly and easily get there using our affiliate link in the description box below. You can use our affiliate link at the bottom of our About page of our YouTube channel. If you just go to the bottom of the About page of our YouTube channel, you can find the link to ChartMill. That will bring you straight to the ChartMill homepage. Also in the links section on our homepage, our BeachBum Trading homepage, that's beachbumtrading.com, bum without the U. You can see there's links to a number of sites, trading platforms, tools, and again, you'll find the link to ChartMill in the link section on our homepage. So a number of quick and easy ways you can always find the link to ChartMill in the description box to this video and many of our other due diligence videos, on the About page of our BeachBum Trading YouTube page, and in the link section of our homepage, beachbumtrading.com, bum without the U. So we hope that all helps. Once you get to the home page of ChartMill, you can see ChartMill has all kinds of tools for data, information about the stock markets, etc., that you may find useful. So you may want to take a quick tour of ChartMill. We'll show you a few. You can see indices, information on the indices, major ETFs, a heat map of the major indices, etc. Stock performance today by sectors, tickers, news, etc., other news, and then you can have your own feed of various stock charts that you want to watch. So again, many tools, resources in ChartMill in general that you can take advantage of, and I'll let you tour those at your leisure. And again, you can find the links in the description box below, as well as on the About page of our YouTube channel and in the link section of our homepage. So we hope that all helps. Okay, to start your due diligence on a stock in ChartMill, once you're on the home page of ChartMill, you can see this big search bar. You can enter any stock symbol, ticker symbol in that search bar. In this case, for this example video, we're going to use Microsoft, so we can kind of get a full range of all the different metrics and information in ChartMill. As you can see, once I enter that in the search bar, it pops up matching symbols. So as you type, it will offer suggestions as to what symbol you might mean. I'll select Microsoft. As you can see, it will automatically send me to the Profile tab for the profile for Microsoft in ChartMill. So let's just quickly review the tabs that are available, and then we'll dig into the information specifically that I look at when we're doing our due diligence on a stock in ChartMill. But again, we'll just show you the tabs that are available very quickly. So this is the Profile tab, and again, we'll dig into the details of each tab in a minute. Then there's the Stock Chart tab, gives you the ability to look at stock chart in detail with moving averages, support and resistance levels, etc. You can see I have a variety of selections of different types of charts, different time frames of charts, etc. Then there's the Technical Analysis tab, which gives you technical analysis and setup data for, again, the technical analysis. How good is the current price action, a setup for a potential entry point, exit point, etc., as of the date of your due diligence. Then there's the fundamental analysis, which shows you the fundamentals of the company, the underlying company behind your stock. Fundamentally, how is its valuation, profitability, dividends, growth, etc., health, financial health, etc. So again, we'll dig into each of those in more detail in subsequent sections in this video. And you have analyst ratings. What do the analysts think of the stock? What are their price targets for the stock? And how are those analyst ratings changed over time? And we have financial estimates, so a lot of the financial data, EPS, etc. And again, we'll show you what's available in the Estimates tab in detail in a subsequent section in this video. And we have, again, more information on the financials, so you can dig into the financials for the company. On the Financials tab in ChartMill, we can see we've got the income statement, the balance sheet, the cash flow, and we can see all of that financial data quarterly or yearly. And we've got the ownership structure of the company, so we can see what percentage of the stock is currently owned by the various major categories. You can see in this case institutional, insider, public, etc. And we've also got a whole tab of news, so if you want to see the current news, the recent news on the stock that you're doing due diligence on, you can find that in the News tab in ChartMill. And again, all that information is available just by going to searching for your ticker on in the search bar at ChartMill. And again, now we'll dig into more detail on what's available on each of these tabs in ChartMill and how you can use this to do your own due diligence in ChartMill. Okay, let's dig into some of the details of the information available for you to do your due diligence on a stock in the Profile tab in ChartMill. Again, it will default to the Profile tab whenever you search on a stock symbol, a ticker symbol in the search bar. And you can see we get a very quick overview of all the information about that particular stock. So we get the current stock price. We see a snippet of the current stock chart with some of the moving averages, support and resistance levels. You can see it's very clearly stated this is a daily chart. And then we get an overview of all the ratings. So we get an overview of the technical analysis rating, the setup rating, and they use a star system out of 5. So you can very easily see right now for Microsoft, it's showing a technical assistance rating of 0 out of 5, a setup rating of 1 out of 5. And again, we'll get details of that in the technical analysis, but it's a nice quick overview. Then we get the fundamental analysis ratings, the overview, and again, quick and easy overall. In this case, Microsoft as of November 6, 2022, showing a 3 out of 5 rating. And then we can see where the components of that rating come from. In this case, valuations 1 out of 5, profitability 4 out of 5, growth 3.5 out of 5, health 2.5 out of 5, and a dividend 3 out of 5. And then again, we get an overview of their earnings dates, institutional ownership, market cap, current PE, forward PE, dividend yield. So again, a high-level overview of everything that you're interested in that for that particular stock. And again, you can get more details in the subsequent tabs in ChartMill. And then there's a detailed description of the company profile, so you can get a better feel for what all that company does, how large is that company, when were they founded, where are they located, again, their address, etc. So you can see if it's a foreign company, etc. And then also a link to the home page for that company. So again, in the Profile tab, just tons of information. Also at the bottom of this Profile tab, you can see a quick view of the current news, and also in tweets, stock Twitter tweets about that company. So again, a great overview, ton of information just on the Profile tab that gives you an overview of all the important metrics that you may be interested for your doing your due diligence on that stock here in the Profile tab in ChartMill. And then again, you can dig into any of the areas that you want more information in the subsequent tabs within ChartMill. Click on all the features available in the Stock Chart tab in ChartMill for any given stock so that you can do your due diligence on that stock in their stock chart. So again, once we select the Stock Chart tab, we can see an overview of the stock chart. We can see the recent prices, the open, the high, the low, the close, the volume, etc. Percent up and down. Then you see a nice key of all the lines, etc. on the chart. So we get the 50 period moving average, we get the 200-day moving average, so the 50 period in blue, the 200 in red. We get various support and resistance levels as lines on the chart. And again, it clearly shows us that this is a daily chart. We have several options for time frames, and we'll quickly look at those in a minute. And then we have also different options for whatever types of bars, candles, lines you like to see in the chart, so you can select whatever type of chart that you would like to see. So I prefer candles. So if we scroll down a little bit, we can see this is the daily chart very clearly. So we get, several months of daily chart. We're seeing the volume at the bottom, so we can see these volume spikes, red or green, buying volume, selling volume. Again, we see the daily chart. We see the 20 or the 50 period moving average, where that stock sits relative to that. Where does it sit relative to its 200 period moving average? Where does it sit relative to various support and resistance levels, trend lines, etc. So really great tool for looking at, the technical analysis, the current stock chart of a particular stock in ChartMill. So again, we have the ability to zoom this out to a weekly chart. And again, we can see a 50 period, 50 week in this case, moving average, the current trend lines, again, quick and easy, the volume, support and resistance levels, current trend. And we can zoom further out to a monthly chart and again, see a longer term trend, longer term trend lines, support and resistance levels, etc. So I typically do this kind of zooming out and see where a particular stock sits relative to its moving averages. What does the setup look like? Where are the resistance points, the support points, etc. Again, to do your technical analysis on the price action in a particular stock, and then zooming out to see what the longer term trends are. So again, all things you'll see in our due diligence videos that I typically do on any stock in the stock chart tab in ChartMill for doing our due diligence on a stock in ChartMill. You can also dig into the chart in more detail. You can see I have this option to open this in a chart tool, and this is a much more advanced charting tool. If you want to, as you can see, we'll go into this in more detail in a subsequent video of all the features, etc., of more advanced stock charting. Typically in a standard due diligence video, I just use the standard stock chart tool in ChartMill to do our due diligence. But again, lots of advanced features for your charting of any stock in ChartMill, and we'll dig into that in more detail in a subsequent video. Okay, let's look at all the information available on the Technical Analysis tab within ChartMill for any given stock, any given symbol, for doing our due diligence on a given stock in ChartMill. So we see when we click on the Technical Analysis tab, we very quickly get an overall technical rating for that particular stock. We can see in this case, this is a score out of 10. In this case, Microsoft, as of November 6, 2022, is scoring 0. Gives some explanation of that. In this case, it says its performance in the market is below average. It's not positive, medium, short-term picture give negative signs. So again, it gives you the rating and then gives you a further explanation detail of the nature of that rating. Also, we get a quick overview of the technical chart, both on a weekly basis and a daily basis. So again, a quick overview of where the trends are, where the support and resistance levels are, Then if you scroll down below the technical rating, it gives you more detailed explanation and positive and negative factors of why that rating is given. So again, we can see it's outperforming. It has good volume, but the short-term trend's negative. Yearly performance is bad. Currently, it's near its 52-week low. It's trading in a range which is quite wide. Prices have been falling. So again, it gives you more detail in the positive and negative factors contributing to that technical rating, which is again very helpful. Then you can see support and resistance levels. So it shows you, given the current stock price, where is a resistance level in detail. It gives you several different resistance and possibly support levels. It also gives you a setup rating. So what's the setup for a entry as of this date, the current setup for entry, in this case as of November 6, 2022. It's saying it's only a 3 out of 10. And again, it gives you a detailed explanation of that. It does not present a quality setup. Price movement's been too volatile to find a nice entry and exit point. Probably a good idea to wait for consolidation. So again, it gives you some more information, recommendation as to current entry point, what's the setup for a current entry or exit point from the particular stock. Then again, below the rating, technical analysis rating, gives you statistics as to the trends over the past several months. So in this case, we could see the trends have all been negative, going back 12 months. It shows you the trend in the moving averages. So again, in this case, of the trend in all the moving averages from the 20 period to the 200 periods, all been negative. And then also a short-term trend indicator, a long-term trend indicator, and the 52-week range. It gives you also the RSI. Is it overbought, oversold? And then again, a table with a lot more consolidated information and also another snippet of the chart. So again, here's another overview of the ratings, the sectors, shows you all the trends, the moving averages. Again, a consolidated table. So if you want to quickly just go to the bottom of the page and then look at this overview of all the tables. It also gives you the ATR, which is the average true range over several time periods, percentages, etc. The daily range, the volume, daily volume, highs and lows for different time periods. So again, just tons of good information for the technical analysis portion of doing your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill. Okay, now let's look at all the great data we have on the Fundamental Analysis tab of ChartMill to help us do fundamental analysis on any stock, on any company. So if we click on the Fundamental Analysis tab in ChartMill, right up front we see an overall fundamental rating. So as of November 6, 2022 for Microsoft, we're seeing it's getting a 6 out of 10 rating. We see, again, more detail about why it's getting that rating. Has great profitability rating, some minor concerns of financial health, is valued quite expensive. It's shown excellent growth. And then we see this nice chart where we can see the individual scores in detail. So we see it's got a dividend ranking of 6, health rating of 6 out of 10, profitability rating of 8 out of 10, growth rating of 7 out of 10, but only a valuation of 2. So we can see the strengths and weaknesses very quickly of any company in terms of a fundamental analysis, a fundamental rating very quickly on this tab, Fundamental Analysis tab in ChartMill. Then we can scroll down and see the details of each of these categories. So again, we see a rating for each category. Profitability for Microsoft is 8 out of 10 right now. And then again, we see the positive and negative factors that contribute to that ranking. So in this case, Microsoft is performing well in return on assets, return on equity, profit margin, but only average on a Petrovsky F score. And then there's always an explanation of that score. Why is it getting that score? So again, a lot of detailed information. Then we see where does it rank in those categories, those metrics relative to other companies in its industry. So same thing for valuation. We see Microsoft's got a 2 out of 10. Again, the blue categories are just average, so not really a pro or a con or a positive or negative for that category. So we see Microsoft is kind of average, price to earnings, growth, price to earnings, forward price to earnings, price to book, etc., EBITDA. But it's ranking poorly in terms of PEG ratio. And again, they give an explanation. So they say it's an expensive valuation of the company. And they say price to book, it's valued more expensive than its industry peers. So again, and in detail, 84% of the companies listed are valued cheaper. So again, a lot of details on each of these metrics. And then again, for each one, where does that particular company rank relative to the other companies in that industry? So we see Microsoft is a little above average in price to earnings, below in price to book, and about average, a little below average in EBITDA. And we see a growth rating of 7 out of 10. Again, all the details, we see a lot of green, so that's very positive. So we see earnings per share is positive, earnings per share growth is positive, EPS growth is positive, revenue growth is positive, forward revenue growth. The only negative here is EPS growth is decreasing. And then for this growth category, we get EPS growth and revenue growth both for the past number of years, 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, and then for the future years. So you can see the trends, and then they show you a graph of those trends. So here's the yearly revenue actuals, reported actuals in blue and estimated in yellow. So again, you can see that trend. In this case, we can see that the revenue is growing. We can kind of get a feel for the rate. Is it choppy? Is it steady, etc.? Same thing with EPS, blue actual, yellow reported, and we get a good feel for that trend. So same thing with the health rating. In this case, Microsoft gets a 6 out of 10. We can see right off the bat what the strong suits are. And here's an Altman Z score, which is green, which is positive. And they explain that that means that it's financially healthy and little risk of bankruptcy. So that's good to hear, right? And again, it's better than the industry. Then we have average categories, and then we have, what is the downside? What's the risk area? And in this case, we're saying debt to equity. Microsoft is a little above industry average, required more debt to finance its operations than its industry peers. So again, very quick and easy to see the positives and negatives, and then get an explanation of why that is and what does that mean. And we get a graph. Again, where does it sit relative to its industry peers? Here we see debt to equity is poor, underperforming. It's kind of average, quick ratio, current ratio, and it's very positive Altman Z. So they are financially healthy, not at risk of any bankruptcy. Then for dividends, 6 out of 10, so just a little above average. It's been growing at a 10% rate. Earnings are growing more, so the dividend's sustainable. Again, very important factors to look at for a dividend stock. Is that dividend sustainable, or is it at risk of being cut? Again, it's sustainable. It's been paying for 10 years, so it has a reliable track record. This also tells you how committed is their board, their executives, to paying out a dividend. So if they're committed to that dividend and it's sustainable, one can expect that dividend to continue. Looks like its yearly yield is, in line. And the couple negatives are compared to the industry. Its dividend's kind of low. And again, it's low relative to the S&P 500. So again, it gives you a graph comparing it to other companies in the industry in terms of dividend. And then we can see the dividend growth over time. So we can see a nice steady increase year over year. And we can see the income versus free cash flow versus the dividend. So again, this tells us how sustainable is this dividend. It shows the income in blue, the free cash flow in yellow, and the dividend paid in red. So we can see the dividends growing a little bit. Revenue looks like it's generally growing. Their income's generally growing better, and their free cash flow is growing. So again, all those things seem to indicate that that dividend should be sustainable. And we can see what percentage of their total income are they paying out in a dividend. You don't want to see a company that's paying out, the majority of their money in dividend, because then they don't have money left to do any kind of growth, and if they hit a speed bump, there might be an issue. So in this case, we see Microsoft's only paying out 26%, which is reasonable, and they're retaining 73% of their earnings. And then at the bottom of this chart, we get a nice overview again of everything in this fundamental analysis tab. So we get their overall fundamental analysis rating. We can see their EPS growth over time for a number of years, and it's highlighted, green is good, red is bad. So in this case, we see price to book's a little red. That's enterprise value over EBITDA is a little red. See the dividends 3 out of 5%, yield currently 1.15, dividend growth 10%. We see the ex-dividend, the last ex-dividend date. So when did you have to buy this, or when do you have to buy this before in terms of get the next dividend? So in this case, it's November 16th. See all their profitability scores, 4 out of 5, all green, very positive. Health 2.5 out of 5. We see the greens, others are all average. So again, quick and easy way to get an overview of all the important details for your fundamental analysis to do your due diligence on any stock in the fundamental analysis tab on ChartMill. Okay, let's look at the data that we have for doing our due diligence in ChartMill on the Analyst Ratings tab. So again, you can see if we click on the Analyst Ratings tab, we get an overview very quickly. We can see what is the overall consensus rating. And in this case, for Microsoft, as of November 6, 2022, it's showing an 85% buy consensus. Again, we can see the details of that. Immediately to the right, we can see the price targets. Where is the current price? In this case is 221. The median price target from all the analysts is 301, so it's giving it a 36% upside. That means 313 for a 41% upside. The high is 431 for a 94% upside, and the low is 257, still for a 16% upside. So again, this says there is plenty of upside from the analyst viewpoint in Microsoft at this time. So again, we can scroll down and see some of the details. So target's 41% above current price. It has 59 analysts, so it's got plenty of coverage. So this consensus is a good average. You can see it hasn't changed much, so that's just blue, just average. Again, it's got plenty of coverage. And we can see recent upgrades and downgrades. So here's a new rating on 11.2, but it was just neutral. So we can then go back. We got maintain buys, maintain outperforms, etc. So you can go back for quite some period of time, see changes in the analyst ratings. Then we get a nice table or breakdown of what contributes to that consensus rating. So in this case, we've got 21 strong buys. We've got 32 buys. We've got 6 holds. We have no sells or strong sells. And then they have a nice chart as to how has those ratings changed over time. So we can see an increase in the buy ratings. We can see that the sell ratings have dropped off. So, and the hold ratings look relatively stable with a few increase. Even the strong buys look like some slight increase. So again, you can see how have those ratings changed over time. Are the buys increasing or the sells increasing? And that gives you a good feel for what is the analyst view and helps you with your due diligence on any stock here in ChartMill. Okay, let's look at what's available for our due diligence on any stock in ChartMill for the Estimates tab. So we click on the Estimates tab. We can see history of their earnings versus the estimates, see if they have beat or missed on estimates recently in the past. This is all this data on this Estimates tab is very helpful for you doing your due diligence if you're looking to buy a stock before or after their next earnings report, or whether you're planning on holding a stock through their earnings report. Again, helps with your due diligence on stock relative to buying, selling, holding through an earnings report. So we can see if they've, again, beat or missed on estimates here in Microsoft as of November 6th. We can see recently they missed in several quarters, and that will tend to drive a stock price down. So again, that may create an opportunity to buy at an irrational drop after earnings. But in terms of holding through earnings, you know, in this case, that might give you some hesitation because they have a tendency to miss most recently. We can also see what are the future estimates. Are they increasing? Are they decreasing, etc.? Are they expected to improve or deteriorate in time? So again, gives you a good history of how have they performed in past earnings reports, and are they expected to do better or worse in future earnings reports. And we see this nice graph of their EPS versus estimates. Again, we can see, you know, if they meet or beat estimates in general, most recently, etc., and then are they expected to increase earnings, EPS, going forward. Then we can get a more detailed view. The first view was annual. Now we can get a very detailed quarterly view, so we can see any quarterly dips, any seasonality cycles, etc. So again, very helpful to help you understand the EPS cycles for a particular stock. Same thing with revenue, so we can see their revenue estimates. Have they beat or missed estimates? And again, in Microsoft, we see the past near-term quarters, they've tended to miss almost every time, going back for quite some period of time. Again, that means you're going to get a negative if they have a tendency to miss and they miss earnings. That tends to be negative for the stock price after earnings. So again, it may create opportunities, but again, this will help you in your due diligence on a stock in terms of, do you want to hold through earnings, buy after earnings, or before earnings? Again, we can see the revenue earnings going, estimates for revenue going forward. Is it expected to increase, decrease, etc.? We're going to see that in the graph. So we get a nice yearly annual graph of their estimated revenue, how they've actually reported versus estimates. In this case, we see it's projected to continue to increase. So again, all this data will help you with your due diligence on a stock in the Estimates tab on ChartMill as to, you know, relative to an earnings report. Do you want to buy before or after an earnings report? What's the tendency in terms of beating or missing estimates? And then what is the expectation going forward in terms of their estimates? So we hope that helps as well. Okay, let's look at all the useful information for your due diligence on a stock in ChartMill on the Financials tab. So we can see all the major financial statements are available, and we can go through those, and they provide nice detail. We can look at them either annually. In this case, we're looking at the income statement. We're starting out with an annual view. You can see you get the detailed data, the month current, running month, and then also going back for several years, so you can see trends. You can also see that quarterly, so for the current fiscal year, what's the trends, etc. They're showing a nice graph, so it's very quick and easy to see what the trend is. Is it trending up? In this case, we can see Microsoft on a quarterly basis is trending up very quickly and easily. And again, if you scroll down, you can go through the income statement in more detail. We see the positive negatives very easily. We can see these trends on these nice little sparkline charts. So again, very easy. And then we see highlighted in green the positive aspects of their income statement. And then we get these nice charts as well. We can see their revenue, operating income, net income, and EBITDA all on a quick and easy chart. We see it going back, you know, about 10 years, and then the current year to date. So again, if we see nice upward trends, you can also see if it's been choppy, like we see in their earnings per share. We see, you know, some declines, some chops, some dips, and then improvement. So we see that growth. So again, you can go through each of the main financial statements and do the same thing. Look at all the important metrics, look at the trends, look for positive negatives, for anything highlighted in green or red. Okay, so here's a debt to equity issue. So again, quick and easy to see right there. Returns on assets and equities positive. So again, you can whip through this very quickly on your doing your due diligence. Look for the positive, negatives, the trends very quickly in ChartMill, and we can see this balance sheet over time. So we see total assets. So again, a lot of useful detail. And we can see their balance sheet short versus long-term, assets and liabilities. Is their debt increasing? Are their assets increasing? Again, very quick and easy to see in ChartMill. Very quick and easy to do your due diligence on their financials. Are they financially healthy? Is it improving or deteriorating over time? We can see their cash flow. Again, very important. Is it improving? Is it deteriorating? What's the trend? Is it a positive trend, negative trend, etc.? And then we see operating and free cash flow. So again, very important, their free cash flow. Are they generating cash? Is that free cash flow improving, or is it deteriorating over time? And is it coming from operations or other sources? So again, very quick and easy to do your due diligence on the financials for any stock in ChartMill on the Financials tab. So we hope that all helps. Okay, let's look at our data that's available for our due diligence on a stock in the Ownership tab in ChartMill. So if we click on the Ownership tab in ChartMill, we see this nice pie chart with a quick breakdown as to who are the primary owners of the stock in the company in question. In this case, for Microsoft in November of 2022, we see a vast majority of ownership is institutional. We see, so 70% institutional, 30%, a little under 30% is public, and a very small insider ownership. So one of the things in terms of due diligence is institutional owners tend to hold on, so that tends to be a very stable ownership of a stock. Public or retail owners tend to be more volatile, right? They'll sell if it takes a dip. And insider ownership, if you have a sizable insider ownership and particularly increasing, and we'll see that in more detail in a minute, that's generally perceived as a positive for the stock. So again, we can then see a table, shares outstanding. In this case, for Microsoft, we see 7.45 billion, the float 7.34 billion. If these numbers are vastly different and the float is much lower than the outstanding, there may be a risk of a potential offering, because they could always increase the float, or someone could sell to increase the float up to the amount outstanding. Also, we can see the insider ownership, 0.04% here, 70% institutional. They also show you the change in institutional, and they show this as positive, so more institutions have been buying, and or insiders have been buying, and institutions have a slight sell, and we see a chart of the institutional ownership. So if we see a dramatic change in that, a positive would be positive, a drop would be negative. Same way with insiders, we can see historical insider transactions. So again, in Microsoft, we see a sell in September 22 and August of 22. We see a buy way back in January of 22. Again, buys are going to be positive. Sells, although there are many reasons why an insider may sell, they're generally perceived to be negative, whereas buys are definitely positive. And again, there's a table of what the buys and sells were. So these were sells by individuals, insiders in the company. We can see the size, the price they sold at, again, going back for quite some time. So again, that all helps with your due diligence on any stock via the Ownership tab in ChartMill. Okay, we can also see on the News tab in ChartMill some recent news that can help us see other factors that may play into our decision to buy or sell a given stock. To help us with our due diligence is what is some of the recent news. So in this case on Microsoft, very quickly we could see as of 2 hours ago, we see some things in The Guardian, missing opportunity in industrials, too much data centers, Amazon, other hot names investors are watching. So again, very current, very recent news articles, and you can scroll down to get a little bit older, see if there's any positive or negative sentiment changes in a given stock. And then you can also, so that's the All tab, all the news. And then if you want to just see specific press releases, we can see things focused on press releases for the company in question here on this News tab. So here we see Cloud Booking unleashes new microservices, new revenue strategy, etc. So again, going back, we can see a variety of press releases on the company. So what type of press PR is the company releases, and how might that impact our decision to buy or sell a given stock. So this can also help you with your due diligence on a stock via the News tab in ChartMill. This video has helped you and shown you how to do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill. Hopefully it's shown you how useful ChartMill can be and all the tons of information, tons of useful information for how to do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill. So let us know what you think of all this. Do you currently use ChartMill? Let us know in the comments below. Again, just a quick reminder, you can find our affiliate link to ChartMill in the description box below, on the About page of our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel, in the links section of our BeachBum Trading homepage, beachbumtrading.com, bum without the U. So again, quick and easy ways to get to ChartMill. Use ChartMill if you're not already using ChartMill. So, and let us know when you start using it, or if you're already using it, how do you use ChartMill to do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill? What do you think of it? What do you use? What don't you use to do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill? Did you find this video helpful? How else can we help you do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill? Do you have any questions we can answer for you? Any additional help we can provide you in terms of how to do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill, or on anything else to help you succeed in your trading career? Again, you can put that in the comments to the video below. You can please join our free Discord, and we can have those discussions in our Discord and our Facebook group, and you can always contact us via our various social media sites. So let us know what you think of all of this. How else can we help you succeed in your trading career? We hope this all helps you see how to do your due diligence on stocks in ChartMill and helps you succeed in your trading career. Good luck and have a great trading day. The content of this video was produced by BeachBum Trading. We hope you will choose to also join us in the BeachBum Trading community and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit us at our homepage at beachbumtrading.com, the bum without the U. Similarly on Twitter, BeachBum Trading, bum without the U. On Facebook and in our BeachBum Trading Facebook group. Please follow us on Pinterest and on Instagram. All of the links to our social media sites will be included in the description box below, and we hope you will choose to subscribe to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Thank you. We also cordially want to invite you to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, where we can have discussions on all topics related to trading, success in trading, investing, etc. You can see alerts when we make trades, changes to our watch lists, etc. So again, please join us in the new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server. You should be able to find a link in the description box below. You can also find a link in the social media category on our webpage, beachbumtrading.com, without the bum without the U, and also in the link section on the About page of our YouTube channel, etc. So again, we look forward to seeing you in the BeachBum Trading Community Discord server soon. Wave and say hello. BeachBum Trading also now has a site on Patreon. If you are willing and able to help support our efforts to produce all the content and help you achieve the financial freedom you want, deserve, to be able to live the BeachBum lifestyle or any other kind of lifestyle you would like, and you're willing and able to help support our efforts in these regards, we hope you'll choose to visit our Patreon page. You can get access to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, which is currently under construction, but you will get access to the Discord server by supporting us through Patreon. Again, this is all currently under construction, but you can see we just have the default levels, membership levels, but again, each level allows support, allows access to our Discord. We're also posting our trade positions initially in our Discord, and again, we greatly appreciate any support that you're willing and able to provide. So thank you for your consideration. Another way that you can help support BeachBum Trading and being able to produce frequent quality content for you for free on YouTube, etc., is in addition to subscribing to our BeachBum Trading channel, hitting the like button on our videos, and hitting the notify so you're alerted when we release further videos. You can also choose to show your support for BeachBum Trading with a super thanks, which you can find below this video. If you hit the heart with the $sign, the super thanks, again, you can financially support BeachBum Trading in whatever amount that you wish, and we greatly appreciate your support, and that will help us, again, be able to produce frequent quality content that we can provide for you and all your fellow BeachBum traders around the world for free on YouTube. So again, we greatly appreciate all of your support, and thank you very much. Thank you again for watching our video. We hope that you liked it. If so, please smash the like button, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. Please share this video with your fellow traders and friends. And please give us your feedback and any recommendations for improvement in the comments section below. And let us know what else we can do to help you in your trading career. Thank you again, good luck, and have a great trading day. If you like this video, we hope you will choose to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the box in the upper left-hand corner. You can watch another video like this by clicking on the box in the lower right-hand corner. And we have a whole playlist of videos like this that you can access via the box in the upper right-hand corner. Our latest video is available in the box in the lower left-hand corner. We hope you like this and have a great day.